guys, welcome back. So it's Workout Wednesday. I wanted to give you a few quick tips and just a short workout that you can do with a stability ball. It's one of my favorite pieces of equipment because it doesn't take up that much space. Usually you can find somewhere to tuck it away, and a lot of you probably have one sitting around that you really don't know what to do with, or oftentimes people just are kind of afraid to use them because they've never had the opportunity. It's something that's so good though to really train the core and just to keep that sense of instability, which is what the ball's for, and keep your muscles firing in different ways. So adding this to any of your programs, like say chest flies, chest press, things like that you could use to take your upper back onto while you lift your hips, that will also start to give you more core strength, and you're working your glutes as well. So you could take this ball and use it for so many different things. But today we're going to work primarily full body, but starting with center core. And so we'll start by sitting on the ball if you have one. If you don't, just watch the video. Maybe it'll inspire you to get one. So we just sit on the ball. I like to start with a little bounce because it really just kind of warms everything up, and it's just fun, right? Most people really enjoy this part of working on the ball. So it's just nice. It's fun. It just gets the fluid in the spine kind of going, get that intervertebral fluid activated. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to start to take a little rock forward and back. So you're going to stop the bouncing. You're going to draw your tail back and then scoop the tail under. So we start to draw back, inhale, and then exhale, scoop it out. So inhale and exhale. So most of the time, I'm going to tell you, you need your ball on a sticky mat. Okay, right now I'm sitting off of the sticky mat. For something like this, it's okay. I'm sitting straight up on the ball. Now we're going to take it side to side. So just take one hip over, like you're swinging your hips like a pendulum. So it's not your shoulders moving. Your shoulders are pretty steady. We're just swinging the hips like a little pendulum side to side. You'll really start to feel that here on your side waist. So the reason I'm asking that you please always place your ball on the mat when you begin your work, other than just sitting on it like this, it will slip out from under you. I've seen people do it, and I did it myself earlier, playing around, trying to decide if I needed to put it on that mat because it makes noise when it's on the mat. And right out from under me. All right, so now take it in a circle. Take all those movements, put them together. Even if you only did this, it would be enough, right? So if you did nothing else for your core today, but you started doing this and you really focused on pulling the muscles in towards spine, you started activating these center core muscles, so your transverse abdominals, muscles from your ribs to your hips that wrap around your waist as well, and to the low back space, your obliques. So you do this a few times, and then deep inside, deep core muscles. So we're going to come back to center. Now we're going to get over to ball to the mat. So as you sit down, you start to walk out, pull belly into spine. If you're not familiar with working on the ball, you might like to place your hands on the side of the ball. It makes you feel a little more secure at first. And then once you've walked the ball out, so there's the sound, if you'll start to hear that creepy sound there. Hands go behind the head. The hips are lower than the shoulders. We inhale, and then just start with a little pelvic tuck. All right, so what is a pelvic tuck? It's just drawing your tail under and scooping out into the lower part of your abdominals. So pull the belly in like you're going to try to roll your hips up towards your rib cage. So elbows will stay wide. Exhale as you pull it in. Then we can begin to lift the shoulders a little bit. So now we're taking a little three-part. So we scoop and lift and release. Okay. So scoop, lift, and release. So inhale, exhale, scoop, lift, and release. And do it one more time. So you may notice, especially if you're not familiar with doing this very often or at all, your quads start to get engaged as well. They get some work here holding you here. So now scoop and lift everything at one time. Release and scoop. So you want to feel like you're almost coming up to seated, but like you're almost kind of on the side of the ball. Exhale. Blow it out. Let's try 4 more together. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, last one. Now we take it across. So take one hand down, we come across. Here's something to look for. Notice if that elbow is just crossing the center line. I would like for you to try to keep your elbow out, keep your vision just straight ahead the whole time, and not be able to see your elbow in your peripheral vision. So you're really turning the shoulder from the waist and rotating using obliques. So we lift up, rotate. Let's take one more, and then switch. Exhale, lift, rotate. Feel like you're taking one side of your rib cage toward the opposite side. Elbow is out. You're secure on your ball because you've got it on a mat. It's important that you get the right clothing on as well. If your clothes are real slippery, you're going to feel like you're going to fall. So make sure that you feel comfortable with what you are wearing while you're on the ball. Let's take two more. Last one. Now we can add a little combo alternation. Here we go, side to side. Notice when you roll back, you're not bouncing off the ball, right? So this is bouncing off the ball with momentum. Roll back slow. Come up. Let's try 4. Tuck the tail a little. 3, 2, and 1. And release. Oh, roll it back. So this is also another nice stretch that you can do on your ball. Whether you've just worked out or you just need a stretch, let yourself be completely supported here. So notice what will happen if you've got that ball on a mat, which you should. When you were doing your abdominal exercises here, if you heard this sound, you were pushing back with your feet, right? So I would like for you to really try to stabilize. No sound. No sound comes from the ball to the mat, right? Since we're stabilizing directly underneath us. So if you come off of the ball, let's try a couple more things to get you set for the rest of your day. Come back to this often. These are great workouts to do on your ball. All right, so we'll take the ball, hands just right, like a little robot, right here on top. Pull your elbows in. Place just maybe the pinky side of your hand on the ball. Scoop your tail again like you're going to push your pubic bone up toward the ball. I want you to keep this activation. Roll it out. And then here's the real tricky part. Keep scooping and pull back. So what you'll notice, there's no hinge at your hip, such as this, on the way up or back. And it's especially hard on the way back, right? So if we're here, our hips like to hinge and pull back. It's the path of least resistance. So inhale, come forward, draw down, lift the heart, come up, inhale. So beginner, you're not going to have that ball very far away from you. You're going to be right here, and you're going to pull back up. This is a hard move to master. I promise. I know it is. All right? So as you become more proficient with this move, you start to move the ball further out, and eventually you might roll it out and take a little extension at the top. Okay, so you roll out, reach, pull back in, and back to center. So we'll take it 3, and 2, and 1, and then back up to center. Now you get to roll over the top of it and round out. So doing that, we also got a little upper body action by supporting ourselves and not collapsing onto the ball. Deep core engagement. So since we're here, we can roll out, shoulders pull back, toes are turned under, and drop your tail down again, like you're pushing your pubic bone again into the ball. Now, opposite arm and leg, much harder than it looks. So if your hips are imbalanced and one hip is shifting to one direction or maybe tipping forward or back, which oftentimes happens, then you're going to feel much more imbalanced. So we're going to go slow. So we're going to take the feet wide, take the left leg, reach it up. Reach your right arm up. Find length on both sides of your waist. And then bring it back down. So now take the left arm, right leg. This is usually my least balanced side. And bring it down. Inhale. if when you lift, you find that there's a wobble or an imbalance, try shifting your hips so that they feel level. Okay, bring it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down, still pushing pubic bone into the ball. Let's take it one more time each side. Inhale and exhale. And then release. Just round out again. So it feels really nice just to stretch over that ball. So that's really just a nice start to your ball exercises. There's so many more things that we can do, and we'll get to those later. But for now, just start here and try doing these maybe 3 times a week. See what happens. We've got the front body, side body, back body, and you're golden, right? So I will see you guys later. Have a great day.